Yo. What's up, Batch Guitar? Happy birthday, man. Congrats, 36 years old. Nice, that's very nice. Nice age to, you know, get rich. And since this is the fans club, we gotta make the image bigger. Almost I'm 34. So that's my, you know, audience, 30 years old guys. Robin Hood Markets, dumping like crazy. It's gonna dump big time. How's everybody doing in the chat, guys? How's everybody doing? Are you doing good? Yeah, good song, good song. So we're gonna chill the song down a little bit, and you know, we're gonna chill and relax. This is weekly TF Fans Club live stream. Yes, think we have a good chance. Damjan is in the chat. Bliatman, Hubert, TF Fans Club members. How you guys doing? Good, how about you? Good. I'm just gonna chill the stream a little bit, you know, here and there. How you guys doing? Good, how about you? Good. So let's see up here, not this one, up here. There we go. We're getting ready, guys. We're getting ready. What's up? The central plan is in the chat. He probably wants me to look at Cardano and Coty. Oh man. Good times. Hex is up 7% right now. It's pumping. It's coming to this resistance line. Let's go check the Hex a little bit. Everybody's like, hey man, Richard is a scammer. Yeah, so what? The price goes up. Who cares, man? Who cares? When the price goes up, we don't care. As long as the price goes up, it's all good, right? That's the trick. That's the trick, right? Nice. We got a falling wedge on Hex. You know, it looks like it might be, you know, breaking out soon. I don't know about that, but you know, it did pump like 7% right now, so there's that. Bitcoin, guys, Bitcoin. Not doing much, getting rejected up here about 10 and 20 moving average up here, as exactly as we actually, you know, thought it might do. Went down here, you know, it went down, pumped right back, divergence, pumping back up to the you know, resistance up here, getting rejected. This is around third 4-hourly candle, it's getting rejected. So unless we pump up on this one up here, probability is we're gonna, you know, continue on the downside, guys. Unfortunately, that's the way the life, you know, looks like right now. So guys, what are we gonna look at first? Rubik is up 5%, but it's not doing much. On the weekly time frame, it is hitting some kind of support down here. You see major support down here around 22, 23, give or take. So I'm looking at that. It had some bounce, but you know, I don't believe this bounce. I don't believe this bounce, especially if Bitcoin goes down. I think Rubik, you know, everything else might go down as well. So until until Bitcoin finds some kind of, you know, support somewhere, you know, whether that be 30,000 or 20,000 or something like that, you know. Tiela, is there a small chance to pump to 100k? Yes, there is a small chance we can pump to 100k, but it's very small, it's very tiny. I think this is the final push on the support. New moon now. We still got like 3 days left for new moon, but you know, sometimes new moon can actually, in fact, you know, start acting a little bit before, a little bit after. So, you know, never say never. Weekly time frame does look ugly as F. You know, I'm not gonna lie. You know, we were hoping this might actually pump towards the upside. Still got something like 4 days left. Still got something like 4 days left on this this candle up here, on the weekly candle, to close. But you know, this looks very, very bad. You know, we went down, we closed below the 10 moving average. We, you know, stayed there, and right now we are staying for the third candle. If we stay up here and even move back below the support down here, if we close below the support down here, what's that, at 37.7 on the weekly time frame, I'm expecting, you know, bad times. You know, we have been expecting bad times for a while now, but you know, as ever since up here, like even this move on the downside was no problem, man. We got a, you know, trend, you know, this move on the downside, no problem, whatever, right? There is a trend up here, but once it started going up here, you know, it needed to break levels. It failed to break levels, pushed right back down, and we said, you know, if it goes back down again, it's gonna be looking bad, and it is bad. And try to go up again, right back down with the engulfing candle. Right now, you know, lingering down on the support down here, as you can see down here, lingering on the support. So if it starts breaking the support on the downside, it's gonna be bad times for everybody in crypto and in markets as well. Markets are up a little bit up right now, but you can see here, you can see how big the red candles are and how small the green candles are. So there's definitely some kind of bearishness kicking in there. I drew this line from bottomed up here to the bottom right now. It looks like we are hitting some kind of support over here right now on the Dow Jones index, and the same thing goes for S&P as well. I think the S&P is actually breaking it on the downside. It's already below that, so it does look ugly as F, man. It does look ugly. And DXY, the thing that everybody is watching right now, is pumping like crazy towards the upside. So this cannot be sustained for a very long time. You can see here on the daily time frame, I mean, we are pumping on the daily, we are pumping like, you know, 0.6%. It's not much, but you know, for DXY it is much right now. So this looks like it's going already parabolic up here. So we're gonna go into small time frames, and we're gonna, you know, ask ourselves, is this the top up here? Is this the top? So there is definitely some kind of trend line up here going on over here. What is this trend line? Something like this down here, maybe it's something like this, give or take. But there is this thing over here, right? So yeah, 50 moving average on the 30-minute chart. This 30-minute chart, let's zoom in a little bit up here. 1 hourly time frame up here, and let's remove the moving averages for whatever reason, and you can see that this trend up here is been exploding towards the upside, right? So up here you can see how nicely it's been following, then broke down, then it was following it from the bottom side, then tried to get up. You know, this is a failure to get back on the trend. So there is definitely some kind of secondary trend up here. So this line up here, if it starts breaking this line, that might be that, you know, DXY is reaching the top. Might mean, I'm not saying it is, because on the daily time frame, you know, for this move up here, you know, to actually break the trend, it needs to break this line. Which factors make DXY pumping? Yeah, you tell me that. DXY is just, you know, basket of currencies, and then it looks like dollar versus, you know, euro and francs, mark, or whatever. Let's check it out. What is DXY made of? The US dollar, I think, contains 6 concurrency pairs: euro, Japanese yen, British pound, Canadian dollar, Swedish krona, and Swiss franc. So it looks, you know, strength based of these currencies. Now there is a lot of, you know, variables that might, you know, push, you know, value of euro down or value of Japanese yen down or up, right? And based on that, you know, also, you know, how dollar bill is performing, you know, demand for the dollar and so forth, so forth. So there is a lot of variables in play over here when it comes to, you know, what makes it pump. What makes pump. But, you know, general need for the dollar and general lack of need for other currencies that are in the same basket makes this thing pump. So right now, as you can see, dollar is, you know, stock market is going down. So it is only natural to see that DXY is pumping, because people have no, you know, then they don't know what to buy. So they are, you know, going into dollars. I think that's the most, you know, plausible explanation right now. Let's check out some metals over here. The gold, guys, the gold actually looked good for a while up here. You know, we broke up here, it looked nice, it continued pumping up here, and unfortunately hit this resistance up here at the top, and right now it's pushing back down. You can see here we're getting lower lows right now, going down. Now we got a certain level of support down here at 18.7 or something like that, but let's see the moving averages on the weekly time frame up here. So it's going back to this 20 moving average up here. Maybe it can go all the way down here. It's only if we actually break the dollar below the trend line on the downside that we are, you know, becoming something bad is happening, right? So this can definitely, you know, dump a little bit more down. But I would say, you know, if the gold drops below 1834, give or take, that will be very bad for the dollar. Sorry, for gold, price of gold. Let's see the monthly time frame. Yeah, so monthly time frame, we are getting this high and lower high as well, but you know, there are several other up here. Is engulfing. Is it engulfing? No, it's not engulfing. So technically we are creating higher high. We're creating higher high. But pull back down to 1833, you know, it should be normal. The oil, remember up here when oil was pumping towards upside when the war in Ukraine started, everybody was calling some kind of, you know, 300 levels up here, you know, for the oil and stuff like that, and I said nope, not gonna happen, guys. Too much euphoria, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna pull back. And you can see here it is pulling on the downside. There is even a video on YouTube. If you go to my channel, The Late Adopter, and there is a video called, it's not that far back, but Warren Buffett buying oil. It's a little bit long video and a little bit stretched out. But I explain why, you know, we shouldn't be listening to these, you know, smart people, rich people. Don't listen to smart people, guys. And I also say that, you know, in the video that, you know, I think oil, you know, it's reached some kind of top there. So oil is still on the way down. Gold is pulling back. And silver should be pulling back as well. Now, silver is doing a lot worse than gold. You can see gold is only on the 20 moving average, while the silver is falling through most of the moving averages beside the 200 moving average on the weekly time frame. Even on the monthly time frame, it is pulling back right now below the 20 and the 10 moving average, so it's going back down again. So this is some kind of rejection up here on the 20 moving average. So silver looks definitely a lot worse than gold, but gold doesn't look bad, but it does look like a pullback. But this pullback can, of course, normally just break the support and continue on the downside. So we do not know that yet. And oil is extend towards the upside. So, you know, it needs to pull back, you know, either you like it or not. So we're going to see that. Bitcoin right now pulling back a little bit up here. You can see the same thing we have. This is a third 4-hourly candle that's right now getting rejected. It's a big rejection. We got 56 minutes left on this candle over here. Let's see how the 1-hourly candle are looking. 1-hourly candle actually came all the way down to the 20 moving average, and you can see here it held the support up here. It held the support up here, but right now it's, you know, pushing through on the downside. Now we still got 56 minutes on this candle as well, so we're gonna see if this last level of moving average support is gonna hold or not. So if this can definitely, you know, just create some kind of wick on the downside and push back up again. So, you know, but we need still, you know, we still need to wait 56 more minutes to see how this actually plays out. but doesn't look good for Bitcoin. So you know, this support on downside, this 37.7 line, very, very important. Any day where BTC doesn't go to zero is indeed a good day. I like the optimism, man. I like the optimism. I like the optimism. Dogecoin is pulling back. You know, the 13, 14, that's where I sold my Dogecoin, unfortunately. It was playing out very nicely. I was, you know, I was saving, you know, tons of money on the way down. It was down 8-9%, and then, you know, the stuff came. Then it was starting bouncing big time towards the upside. My wife was up here telling me to buy back in again, and I was like, no, not doing that. We've seen what happened before on the tweets, man. We've seen what happened before on the tweets. These are the tweets, man. These are the tweets, and you know, you know what happens when, you know, the tweets happen. So this is indeed, you know, okay-ish for me, at least, you know, for my bags eventually. So it is pulling back on the downside, right? You can see here I had a big, it didn't have the engulfing red candle, but you know, we had the back candle all the way back to the 50 moving average. Right now it's trying to, you know, stay above that, stay above the 100 moving average as well, but this 50 moving average is very important. So we'll see if it eventually just breaks below the 50 moving average and continue where it was actually going to, right? It was going in that direction, right? So we're gonna see if this continues on downside. Now I'm pretty sure it's gonna do that if Bitcoin does, you know, what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin starts breaking the support on the downside without any kind of bounce, without any kind of, you know, bullishness towards the upside, Bitcoin is bound to break this on downside, and then we gotta look for the next levels of support, next, you know, movement on Bitcoin, and see how this actually plays out. Bridge Cable's back in the chat. Hi man, how you doing? So Bitcoin definitely right now is the alpha and omega of the coin, all of the coins, and whatever, you know, whatever Bitcoin does, everything else is gonna do. This is the daily time frame on Cardano. You can see the big dump yesterday. Actually, yesterday was a huge dump towards downside up here on Cardano. How much did Cardano go down? 8% on a day. That's very, very bearish. So you know, it was you know, getting rejected up here. There was some kind of, you know, support line right over here on the downside, and we broke that. Now this support line is going, you know, going towards downside, so you can see the effect on, you know, breaking these support lines that are going towards downside. You know, that looks a little bit bad. Guys, I want to mention Alessio Restani in this video. Alessio Restani made a video today, and he made a good point, because I did not know this. So I'm always, that's why I follow this guy, because although I don't think he's a very good analyst, he does know you know, tips and tricks that I did not know. So you know, from time to time you can learn something new.
Hi, Leslie, hope you're well.
And here I want to show you the video, but what he's talking about here is this 250 moving average, you know, bullish cross, bearish cross, and he is saying how this when they go in opposite directions, so when 50 go down and 100 goes towards the upside, nothing happens on the chart. It's not that bearish. It's only bearish when they go into the same direction. So what he's talking about is that when you have this, for example, this is daily time frame, you got 200 moving average. So if you have 50 moving average going up here and breaks the 200 moving average while both of them are going to towards downside, that's bound to have a bigger effect than when, for example, when 200 moving average is going, for example, towards the upside, and then you have the 50 moving average crossing it. So this cross over here is not that very effective cross. Now we did see when we get bullish and bearish cross on the chart, and they are going into opposite direction. Let's go to the Bitcoin and see that how this actually played out. We're gonna turn off other. So the yellow is the 50, the purple is the 200 moving average, and you can see here they are going in opposite directions, but you know, we see some kind of bottom. So you know, this dead cross, as it's called, it wasn't actually that cross, because we are almost, you know, already at the bottom, right? So we just kind of stick there and continue going towards the upside. Here they also go in the opposite direction. So this, you know, this bullish cross, the gold cross, did not affect the price that much. We did go up a little bit, you know, pretty decent amount, you know, but overall it went on the downside. Also this one goes, you know, 200 moving averages goes towards the upside, 50 goes down. So this dead cross down here as well did not affect the price that much. So it went continue. At least that's what he's saying, right? At least that's what he's saying. There are times when this doesn't play out very nicely. You can see here, for example, that the 200 moving average is going towards downside, and we are also crossing towards downside. You can't say that, you know, this is a big dump, but, you know, after this dead cross, we just, you know, started the bull market. So, you know, it's a very bad dead cross. It's a very bad dead cross. This over here, 50 over 200 moving average crossing did propel us big time towards the upside. So what he's saying in the video, it might have some kind of a indication that, you know, and you would assume, you know, when both 250 goes towards downside, that's a bad thing, right? But you know, crosses are important. You know, crosses 50 and 200 moving average crosses on the daily time frame, they are important. You can see here, even though they are going up opposite directions, you know, we had a big response out of that. So it's not just the cross, there are a lot of other things that needs to be taken into account. Also here they are going into the opposite directions, and although, you know, immediately we went a little bit up, you know, overall we continue going towards downside. So what he's saying, it's not that, you know, that correct, you know. But, you know, at least, you know, I got something else to think about. And next time, maybe when we are getting some kind of, you know, 200 moving average move to downside, 50 moving average crossing, I might pay more attention to it, you know. So it's a good thing to know, good thing to know. So guys, what did I miss? Not much, man, not much. We just started. So guys, if you want me to look at any kind of coin, just, you know, yell out in the chat. That said, we're gonna start looking at continue looking at KNC. This is Kyber network up here, and we got some kind of lines up here that we drew yesterday, so we're gonna continue watching that. So you see here on the 1 hourly time frame, it's still not breaking the trend on the downside, it's still pumping towards the upside. We got a resistance, we got a support up here. It is, you know, still going, you know, nicely towards the upside up here. The question is if this move will eventually break toward the upside, when this move is gonna end, because there is no parabolic move on this chart over here. It's a slow steady climb towards the upside. Technically very bullish, you know, very bullish chart up here that's happening on Kyber network, and I think this is one of very few charts right now that are indeed very bullish. Very bullish. So this move towards the upside definitely looks very nice, and it does look like it's 100% totally, you know, disconnected from whatever Bitcoin is doing, at least for now. So we'll see if eventually, you know, starts getting connected to Bitcoin and following. We can also look at ApeCoin, guys. ApeCoin has, you know, broken towards the upside up here. It's breaking the resistance up here as well that it made up here right now. This is on the 4 hourly time frame, it's doing it right now. So ApeCoin is definitely looking very healthy indeed, uncorrelated to Bitcoin and pumping towards the upside. We never know when this actually is gonna end, how it's gonna end, what's gonna happen, right? But maybe something like this, maybe some kind of rising wedge up here that's happening. We're gonna see that, but right now it is definitely you know, going opposite direction of whatever Bitcoin is doing, which is actually quite nice, you know, quite nice. So the question is right now, when you start breaking this resistance up here, I'm gonna just start pumping towards the upside. ApeCoin looks nice. Let me see in the chat down here a little bit. Cardano had a big move towards downside, still bleeding on the downside. The big support level down here, it's not yet, you know, we get a huge support down here at 78. So, you know, right now it's getting ready to get through that support, but that support can also create some kind of double bottom down here, and then we might reverse towards the upside. That will also indicate, that will also mean that, you know, Bitcoin needs to do the same thing. Something on VeChain bleeding down. Yeah, let's check out VeChain. Yeah, VeChain last week crossed below the 10 moving average. Right now still bleeding on the downside. There is no bullishness up here just right now. There is support level down here that, you know, is right now being broken on the weekly time frame, and after that you got you know, 44 and all the way down here, but this engulfing candle, I'm not quite sure, 39. But I would say this yeah, let's keep both, because this week is on the downside down there. So we got a couple of supports on the downside right below us up here right now. This we are breaking on daily time frame as well. You can see that this upper one is very important level of support up here. So that's at 44, give or take 44. So we are breaking that. Now downtrend up here did got broken. You know, the downtrend over here did got broken. We create a new pivot point up here. So this pivot point is creating a new trend. A new trend goes something like this. I would assume it goes something like this because of these stops up here, these stops up here, you know, something like this up here. The question is if this move towards downside is gonna hit the trend line up here again, because this trend line now, if we start breaking, you know, if we start going towards downside, start breaking the supports, this trend line will indeed act as support. How much down it is right now? That's like 34%, which does seem legit, guys, which does seem legit. And you know, we are also expecting Bitcoin to do like 30% drop, you know, from whatever it is right now to down to some kind of 30-40% drop down here. Yeah, 35-33% drop would give us around 25k Bitcoin. So, you know, Vichen doing another, you know, 30-40% drop on the downside as well would give us, you know, some kind of bottom there as well. Where is Vichen? Where did Vichen go down here? So this trend line up here definitely needs to be watched right now, because, you know, we broke that, we create a pivot point. Oftentimes when you have these downtrends, I've been explaining this before, you have, you know, down, and then, you know, some kind of bottom, and then you continue in upside direction. We did that on Bitcoin, but unfortunately it's not, you know, playing in the long run. So over here on Bitcoin, we did exactly that. You can see down this line up here. So we broke the trend, we tested 1, 2, 3 times, then went above the resistance, and that's nice and all. The problem here is that as soon as we hit resistance above that, we are continuing downside. So this, you know, line on downside might give us, you know, all the way down to some kind of I don't know, some kind of crazy levels on the downside. Depends on how you draw it. Maybe if you draw it up here, maybe it's gonna give us a little bit better levels down here. Let's see here, if we just go down here, again 23 levels, then 23, right? Depends on how fast, you know, this 21, you know, so we might revisit the same line down here as well on the way down, so that's gonna be in the, you know, in the ballpark area of, you know, 23,000, 23, 24. Nice entry down there. Yeah, I like the graphics for thumbnail. Oh man, thanks. I used like 3 minutes for that, so, you know, appreciate it, that all my hard work is, you know, getting the respect it needs. But thanks, yeah, I do appreciate it. It is nice, it is nice. That said, guys, where was I? So this move, yeah, so this move on downside, a nice entry down there. Yeah, that's nice entry. So guys, you've been through the bear market. I consider this a bear market. There's, you know, people say that this is still bull market. Like, what kind of bull market goes 1 year sideways? You know, come on, right? We had a nice pump up here, but, you know, these moves on downside, even this pump up here was, you know, kind of, you know, lackluster and stuff like that, right? But you know, this move downside, this sideways move, it's just painful. It's just painful. So right now, the way I see it, we have had, you know, a bear market since the top up here in April. So right now we are more than a year off, and we are still on the downside, even though we had, you know, moves up and down. So 1 year later, we are down. 1 year later, and we are down, you know, 40%. So, you know, I don't know how you can say that we are still in a bull market. What kind of bull market goes 1 year and, you know, down 40%? Whole of 2021 was sideways. Yeah, so this is, to me, this looks definitely like a bear market, and right now we might be getting this capitulation phase, right now the ending phase, and that's the good thing, because, you know, finally after all of this, we'll be able to, you know, dollar cost average at the bottom, you know, buy the cheap altcoins, you know, get ready for the next bull market, actual bull market, right? So that's what we are hoping for right now. So, you know, because I said before, if you just pump from over here, everybody will be scared to, you know, buy. Everybody will be saying this is gonna get rejected. Nobody's gonna believe it. But if you go down first, you know, consolidate down here, accumulate, then the next move towards the upside is gonna be very, very legit to move towards the upside. Tian XCAD, please still, I think it might be ready to pop. XCAD, what's that? XCAD network Qcoin, let's check it out. Well, it doesn't follow Bitcoin, that's for sure, so I like it already. Let's start with the weekly time frame up here on the chart and see what it's doing right now. So it did a nice pump, some kind of double bottom down here, nice pump up here, trying to get above this 20 moving average up here. It's still in a downtrend though, it's still in a downtrend, and, you know, this downtrend, you cannot draw it like this, you cannot draw it like this. It would be nice if you are up at 10 bucks up here and then trying to break this. That would be nice. Let's see here on the small time frames. It's pumping on the daily time frame on the 10 moving average, which is quite fast. It's quite fast indeed. So up here, let's go to the 4-hourly time frame. Yeah, so it's climbing up here on this line, give or take on this line. It's climbing up here on this line. There are some divergences up here, but it still seems like it's just climbing towards the upside. This on 4-hour, which is not. Daily is all the way up at 76, so might have some kind of pullback. We came up to the the resistance up here at 200 moving average while we are extended from the other moving average. So I'm guessing, yeah, I don't think this is just gonna blow up here. It's really hard to do that when you're extended from the moving averages and you hit some kind of major resistance like 200 moving average. Also 200 moving average has been acting very strongly back down here. Let's go to the weekly time frame, see what's happening on the weekly time frame. We look like it's gonna get bullish cross, but we saw what happened when we got bullish cross on Bitcoin. Nothing happened. Bullish cross on Bitcoin didn't do much. Let's go check out Bitcoin up here. Where is the bullish cross? Up here came the bullish cross. Up here on the last candle, up here came the bullish cross, and then we did the move towards downside. So I don't believe bullish crosses in any kind of bear market. So bullish crosses can't don't play out that well. So we gotta look for what it is. We are still below. We are above this level of resistance up here, which is quite nice. Trying to get above the next level of resistance here at 20 moving average, and then you got a major resistance all the way up here at the top. So between between 455 and 62, there is not much there is not much left beside this 200 moving average up here. There are some pivot points that might indicate some kind of resistance levels, but if this moves manages to get up above the 20 moving average, it'd be nice. But we just kind of go right back down again, even below this support down here, that should be considered a rejection. I'm thinking it's gonna consolidate here. So right now I don't think it's gonna break it. I don't think it's gonna break it right now. I think he just a little bit too fast. It went a little bit too fast towards the upside to break it right now. Weekly, daily. I think it just went a little bit too fast towards the upside to break it. It's very close, but very close. But I would assume it needs some kind of consolidation up here. It needs to show some kind of momentum before it. So the line to break towards the upside might be something like this. So it might be some kind of a rising wedge up here. Yeah, this line looks legit. So it looks like some kind of rising wedge up here. You can see that. And right now we're hitting this major resistance up here. So this looks like it's consolidated. And if you see it, breaking the support on the downside down here, it might have reached some kind of local top up here before it needs to consolidate and do something else later, right? Bridge Cape, how's XRP doing? CK still believes in it somehow. I believe in XRP as well, man. Right now, XRP is postponed until the 2023, so that means that we got a whole year of speculation, and speculation is good for the price. So no problem whatsoever, no problem whatsoever. But XRP doesn't look any different than anything else. Let's go to the weekly time frame. You'll see here on the weekly time frame that we are right now falling through this 100 moving average on the downside. That's been acting as support right now, just recently. Breaking that. There are two major supports on the downside. This is this one and this one up here. So ever since we did the move towards the upside up here, you can see this resistance level up here, this is support level. So this level is hugely important for XRP right now on the weekly time frame to break, to hold, not to break, to hold. That goes between 58 and 60 up here, give or take 0.60. So if you see it go below the support down here, it's breaking this low, this low, and these two highs as well on the downside. So if you do that, you gotta still this 200 moving average up here at 50 or something like that, but we actually don't know how this is actually gonna play out. Let's see how much is down to 50. It's only 20%, something like 50% moved down to 31 or something like that. Because if Bitcoin does 30% on the downside, everything else might do 50%. So this level down here at 30 might come into play again, after this long time. I remember that people have been talking a lot about this 30 level because it's been acting as a very important resistance level, a very important level of support for a very long time. So people that are into XRP, 0.30, 0.31 level, very important level for those guys. That said, it's still important level, and if you for whatever reason it should start breaking 0.6 down here, that means they are breaking very important levels up here. Then we got this 200 moving average to catch us and, you know, bounce us. If we fail that on the downside, then, you know, I'm looking all the way down to 0.30 or something like that for XRP. But XRP is definitely in a downtrend over here. Even this short-term downtrend is still going on the downside. This downtrend up here, it got broken up here, so you might, you know, do something like this up here. Let's see the line. Let's see the line. Now these lines might indicate, you know, you can see here, oh, you know, again this trend line up here, because there was this trend, we broke the trend towards the upside, right now going down. So if we start breaking this on the downside, fall down, you can see that, you know, this 0.31 level might also again come into play, you know, at one later time, you know, acting as support. So we are definitely looking at that as well. But when BTC bearish, will it happen, that big spike? What do you mean by that big spike? CK sees a falling wedge, I believe, in XRP. CK sees a lot of strange things. I'm not quite sure where he sees the falling wedge. And his lines are a little bit off. You know, I like the guy. He's very bullish. He does give hopium to people, but I don't see the wedge, man. I don't see the wedge. Okay, so there is this line. And then there is, I don't know where the second line is, man. Maybe he sees falling wedge up here, maybe up here, I don't know. But there is definitely no falling wedge up here, man. If nothing, there's a triangle. It's a crappy triangle, though. It's a crappy triangle. It's a crappy triangle. I don't know. Does he see a falling wedge up here on the daily time frame or something like that? I don't know where he sees falling wedge. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see the falling wedge. So there's that. There's the XRP, by the way. Let's go check out crypto bubbles and see if, you know, anything interesting is happening. 15 minutes, everything is down. Hex is up a little bit here. We exit. This is top 100 coins. Let's see 200, less 200 coins. XDB is up 2% in the last 15 minutes. XDB digital bytes. Yeah, not very convincing. This is a daily time frame, but, you know, it's still below the moving average up here. Weekly, not that exciting about that. Let's go last hour. What's happening? VLX pumped in the last hour. So let's check out VLX. Velas Tether. Wow, of course it has to pump, you know, because, you know, it just dropped so much on the downside. This looks ugly as this is worse than I don't know. This is, you know, a wreck train right down. I don't want to look at this. I don't know. But, you know, the good stuff is, you know, once you go this stuff far down, you're bound to have some kind of big move towards the upside. So, you know, this move up here already did something like 15%. 23%, and it can do more, like you can do 50% towards upside, because these moves, you know, these are parabolic moves to the downside. They tend to, you know, bounce back up again eventually, right? Eventually. There is that, and we might, you know, analyze this a little bit up here. Let's check it out. See the big move, but the trend is not yet broken. This is still going in a downtrend, although it did have a big pullback. It just had a pullback back to this trend line up here. You can turn it around. You see the trend line, it went down, it had a pullback to the trend. So he still haven't broken the trend. He's still in a downtrend over here. Still in a downtrend. Nothing else. Let's see what's been good for the day. What the WTF? ENS. What is ENS? ENS is up something like 20% right now. ENS. I don't know what ENS is, but, you know, it has been pumping for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in. No, this is not 5 days in a row. 1 day in a row. 1 day in a row. It is pumping up here very nicely. Let's go to the weekly time frame. Well, weekly time frame is not that convincing. I mean, last week we were below the 20. It can be some kind of bottom down here. This is a pivot point up here, so it is creating some kind of, yeah. So, you know, target should be around on this one up to something like 20 levels up here, give or take, maybe in this 200 moving average. But right now, you know, it is nice pump. It did go up above the moving averages, but, you know, it's still, you know, it's still in this downtrend over here. Maybe some kind of consolidation up here. Let's see in the 4 hourly. It was a little bit too fast, the resistance up here. Yeah, it's nice pump, man, but you know, the outlook not so good right now. No major resistance are broken yet, like that up here, like at the 21 or something like that. No major resistance broken yet. BSV, what is BSV? BSV tether up here. BSV had a nice pump up here. How much was this pump? This pump from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top, 3.4x. Then went down, consolidate up here. Right now breaking towards upside. Unfortunately, we still got this on daily time frame, so we still got, you know, long way to go. Too little data on the weekly time frame, but maybe depends on where it closes. Maybe if it can close above this line up here, above 1.2, maybe it's, you know, gonna be a little bit bullish up here. Maybe, just maybe, because there is so little data up here, you know, to call anything up here. Did it break the trend up here? This is a 4-hourly time frame. There's definitely some kind of line up here. Yeah, so it did break the trend. Some kind of triangle, maybe. Give or take, some kind of triangle. So it did break this triangle up. Right now testing downside. Maybe some kind of long position up here, you know, betting on the upside. How much it's gonna go to upside? Say that. Resistance level on this baby up here, this one, and all the way up there at 69, 45, 24. Yeah, don't know anything about coin. What else? What SNX, CIS, yeah. And the weekly performance, ape should be up here somewhere, I think. No, I pulled too much. 14 for the test. I don't think I've heard about this one. FRTS. Let me just look. Yeah, FRTS. Okay, let's check out this last coin from the FRTS. It's not even on TradingView. So new. TA on Luna. Luna is was huge hype about Luna. There was too much euphoria. Everybody was talking about Luna. You know, 10 billion Bitcoin worth of coins, you know, they were buying. Unfortunately, it's down at 88. Weekly candle up here is a, sorry, daily candle down here is a bearish engulfing candle back below the 50, 10 and 20 moving average up. You can see this 10 moving average up, 20 moving average up here. You can see how we are hugging it and broke to the upside. We even managed to make a higher high, which is very nice, but the next candle bearishly pushed us down below the support down here, so it does look very bad. Right now we're just, you know, sticking right below the support down here, trying to, you know, coming back up. If we fail to get up right over here right now, we're gonna get pushed more on the downside. So unfortunately Luna looks like it has more downside right now, but you know, that's kind of given, you know, thinking what Bitcoin is gonna do. Also on the weekly time frame, we did manage, we did go down to 20 moving average. We bounced back here, but you know, we don't see the follow through towards the upside up here right now. We don't see the follow through. Let me see up here. There is the trend, and trend is your friend. You see here, the trend actually got broken up there. This looks like channel, guys. This looks like channels, so we're gonna do channels on this one. We're gonna do channels. We're gonna pop this baby up here, put right there, right down there. I think these are the channels. So the question is where to go. So we're gonna try to maximize this, isn't it? Should be careful of that. Maybe something like this, because it does hold nicely up there. Up there. Think, guys, you think something is off. I don't know what, but something is off on this. Let me see up here. Maybe something like this up here. Nah, I don't see it. I don't see it very clearly. I don't see it very clearly. Let's see up here on this line up here. So you can see this line is very nice, you know, top up here, and then you got these hits on the line. This is, you know, break, and this is right back down again. This is, you know, failure, fail. Try to get up, rejected right now. You know, this is a rejection of the resistance up here, going down. Try to go up right now. It might continue tumbling on the downside. There is a bigger support line down here, something like this, I think, give or take, down at 55 or something like that. But you know, that's pretty much, you know, pretty far on the downside. There's a lot of support levels on the downside, but right now, yeah, right now the move is towards the downside. The way I see, I think it tried to get above. This resistance line up here, you know, up here, and then bearish engulfing candle right back on the downside. Hit this 20 moving average, try to go up, fail that. Right now pulling back on the downside again. So I think the move is right now towards the downside. Now how much towards the downside? Maybe it's all the way down here at 50 moving average down here, or you know, or this in this trend line. If it breaks that, we might see even a bigger move towards the downside. Now Luna is a lot, you know, very bullish down here, so it might, you know, just dump something like 30%. When Bitcoin dumps 30%, and we will be, you know, back at support. You see weekly bearish divergence on Luna, weekly bearish divergence. Yeah, so up here we got the, you know, price going towards the upside, RSI going towards the downside, but this, I think we need to go for 2 weeks on this one up here. Yeah, there is bearish divergence up here. So you see, you know, pivot point goes towards the upside, pivot point goes towards the downside, this bearish divergence. So right now it's already in play. How far down we're gonna go before this correct itself, I don't know. But it just looks, you know, it looks like it's gonna move towards the downside. It just looks like that. It looks like it's gonna move towards the downside. How's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin still at 1.6% up here. 4-hourly candle still pushing towards the downside. 1-hourly candle still just a little bit below, trying to fighting, you know, staying, you know, getting back above this this 20 moving average. You can see here how it went down and then just does this zigzag move up here. So if you see this dropping more on the downside, that might indicate that, you know, both the hourly and the 4-hourly will, you know, eventually drop on the downside. Ethereum, if we don't look that much on Ethereum, I don't know why, but I don't think people are so excited about Ethereum right now. I see no talk about Ethereum whatsoever. How much dump is this one over here? 27% dump, but you know, but Ethereum dumps more than Bitcoin, so it cannot be that. Weekly time frame up here, support line. Maybe give or take down here at 24.69. But yeah, Ethereum as well. I had a bearish engulfing candle at the top up here, right back to the moving averages, right, fell through that. Tried to, you know, go up here, held above it so far, and right now it's falling through this last level of support. We already, you know, lost this 3,000 level up here, so it's going down. You know, important levels of support are 24.98, and this one in the ballpark area down here. You can see that both the trend line up here and these support levels, well, everything right now falls down here. So if you go a little bit more down here at 25,000 give or take, that's going to be a very important level to hold. If you can bounce from that, that's going to be nice if you fall through that. But once we get down there, we got to see some kind of bullishness kicking in. If bullishness fails and we drop on the downside, we might see some kind of lower levels on the downside as well, right? So it depends on how many weeks this is going to take, right? Thanks, I need more Luna, so that's good news. I appreciate it. Good evening, Edward. Too good, man. Long time no see. How you doing, man? I know you don't like fibs, but BCB was looking at fib levels on crypto market without Bitcoin, Ethereum, and it was very convincing approaching some reactive levels. Don't know if that's still the case. Number one, who is, oh yeah, blockchain backer. Yeah, don't like his TA because of the Fibonacci's. Yeah, sorry, man. We're just not doing it with Fibonacci's. Yeah, they can be convincing and they can hit some kind of targets and so forth, but we are just not doing it. Hope you too. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm not quite sure we're gonna, you know, stick around for another 20 minutes on this one up here. Anybody else want me to look at anything else right now? Because the most important thing right now that you guys have to know is that Bitcoin is on the way down. Nothing has changed. We need to see some kind of support reaction on the support. We need some kind of bullish engulfing candle, some kind of bottoming patterns, anything. If we can do that, if we can find some bottom on Bitcoin, then we're gonna, you know, call off the emergency, and we might, you know, look for, you know, some kind of upside. But right now everything is telling us that now this hit on the support, the new moon, everything else, we are gonna break it. The question is, are we gonna go straight down to 24, or will there be, you know, support levels on the downside that we're gonna bounce and, you know, slowly get down to 24 levels or not? So, you know, eventually we'll see everything, you know, how when it starts unfolding. But right now, this is the best we can do right now. The way I see, this is the best we can do. You know, and considering the market's also, you know, in shambles towards downside, we'll see. 23, here we come, dodge daddy it. I had such a high hopes for this past pink moon, new beginnings. Yeah, I don't think, you know, big tough man with a lot of money likes pink moons. You know, maybe the pink moon is the moon where all the girls go out and get some, you know. I don't know, man. But the pink moon, I believe more in the black moon. By the way, guys, this new moon is what is called a black moon. So a black moon is moon that happens 2 times in the same month. Okay, usually each season has 3 months and 3 new moons. When season has 4 new moons, the 3rd new moon is called the black moon. Next black moon. The next black moon by seasonal definition term will occur 19th May. Oh, it's not this one. Okay, guys, we got 30 days left. 30 days left to the black moon. But I thought this moon was actually a black moon. I thought when usually only have 1 moon in a month, but sometimes that moon comes very early in the month, and then, you know, at the end of the month you have 2nd moon, and that 2nd moon is black moon. The black moon is a recurrence that will occur on April 30. See, April 30, causing a partial solar eclipse for parts of us. So you got a April 30 black moon, partial solar eclipse. Guys, you gotta mark the date. April 30 is the dump date, 100%. A black moon is not official astronomical term, there are 2 common definition, you know. So well, full moon, moon phase of a moon are facing a new moon first. Black moons be more or less visible. Yeah. Black moon is fairly rare occurrence. We did not experience any black moons in 2021. So it's a rare occurrence. So let's go. Twitter. Of course, we gotta go to, you know, Elon Musk in Twitter. Market. Pharaoh, Ferril, welcome to EF Fans Club, man. Enjoy the green name, enjoy the emojis. Welcome to the, you know, to the club. And since this is your first stay in the club, you gotta pick the coin. Any kind of coin, you get to pick the coin. We're gonna check your coin, man. Welcome. We got a member, guys. We got a new member to the TA Fans Club members. Only club where we appreciate the art of technical analysis. TA Fans. By the way, did you guys like it, smack it, press it, pumped it? I hope somebody got the reference to the song. Verpil. Okay, while he's figuring out what he wants us to check out, while he is figuring that out, we are gonna go and watch the moons. And he might be thinking, hey man, you crazy. Yeah, we crazy a little bit up here. You see the full moon up here? It is pushing us down. But you know, the last time we got pushed down by the full moon, you can see here the full moon coming up here. It pushed us down, you know, but eventually after that, you know, we kind of climb back. We kind of climb back. So right now we're expecting this black moon to happen here on the 30th of April. So we got how many days left? We got 1, 2, 3 days left, and we got a black moon, guys. Black moon. Those up 1%, Shiba 0.7. Let's do a quick look on the coins up here. We're gonna look at the weekly time frame. But nah, this thing just goes sideways, man. It's actually trying to climb a little bit up. See here, breaking on the downside. RBC support. B Pro, try to go up, pull back again on the downside. Thank you, very happy to be here. Nice. So what do you want? What kind of coin do you want us to look at, man? What kind of coin you want me to look at? I'll check your coin out. Dodge Daddy, my shorts to the moon, please. Okay, let's do it like this, guys. Let's do it like this up here. I don't know if this is a reversal indicator or not, but it sets the mood. I don't know if this is dump mood or just, you know, regular mood.
Random rewards are so sweet, honey's all that I can see. Blame nature, why don't you? I make no apology, I'm in love with a meme. I better realize I don't and it makes me wanna scream.
I don't know why,
I wanna be a millionaire, I'm not weak or lazy.
Yeah, Kawa is doing very good.
Electricity and the path of least resistance always lies the way for me. I'm in love with a meme. I better realize I dollar and it makes me wanna scream. I wanna be a millionaire. Go dash, go dash, Doge Daddy, yeah. Go dash, go dash, Doge Daddy, yeah.
Gobert Regal. Yo, Gobert, welcome to the FS Club. Enjoy the green name, enjoy the emojis, and since this is your first day in the club, you get to pick the coin, man. You get to pick the coin.
I better realize I dollar and it makes me wanna scream. I wanna be a millionaire. Go dash, go dash, Doge Daddy, yeah. Go dash.
Thank you. Just want to know if there is a daily close we should pay attention to the Bitcoin. Okay, man. Yeah, sure.
Daddy, yeah. I see stars when I hear Dodge. Forget the moon, I'm off to Mars. Cash is trash is confetti. So dollar bills can kiss my go dash. Go dash, Doge Daddy, yeah.
It was time. Yes, it was time. There we go, guys. We played Dodge Daddy. So if this doesn't reverse us, you know, to the moon, I don't know what's gonna reverse us to the moon on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, first of all, on the weekly time frame, we got this very nice support up here at 37.7. So this 37.7 is a very, very important level, right? And down here as well on the bottom side also corresponds very nice to 200 moving average, so 36.25 or something like that. Very important levels. But I do not want us actually to close down here below 37.7 on the weekly time frame. Now on the daily time frame, this is acting the same way, because we had a very important daily, you know, support level down here that we broke. They tried to get back up and, you know, smacked right back down again. then pull back to that level up here. You can see we pull back to the level and right now pulling back. So we are looking this and going on the downside, but you can see down here these bottoms down here without the, this is both of these times you know, trying to, you know, you see how it went down right back up again. So this support holding down or right back up. So this support holding. So this is support. The 37.7 is the support. This is nothing over here. And if you go a little bit back more down here as well, you can see here that once we broke this level up here, we went down, stay down, and right back again. So this level at 37.7, even on daily time frame, is very, very important level. And you can see here we have already hit it on the dollar down there. So this is definitely one of the most important levels right now to watch out for. And once we start closing below there, I'm not quite sure whether we are gonna instantly start dropping on the downside. We might do that, or we might try to get right back again like what we did over here. But 37.7 is the most important level to actually to watch right now for. And we are not that far out of that 37.7. You can see down here, I mean, that's only a dump down something like 2.87%. So you can definitely quickly, you know, reverse and go towards downside. If you go, for example, on the 5-minute time frame, you'll see here that last time we came down there, we hit this level on the dollar almost, you know. So 37.7, very important level to hold. And especially on the daily. Now, just holding this level on the daily time frame doesn't mean that, you know, we are going to bounce right back up again, but this is the most important level to hold right now. Most important level to hold right now. You know, if we start losing that, we are kind of, you know, we are even on the bigger time frame starting to create these lower lows on the downside, which will be terrible, of course. So, you know, no way to, you know, say what's going to happen. But, you know, 37.7, watch that level. Hopefully we hold that. But if you start crossing that on downside, it might look like Tila playing Dogedaddy in an uptrend. Tila sell it all. Tila played Dogedaddy in a downtrend. We have hit the button, time to buy. Yeah, that's why I play Dogedaddy, trying to reverse the trend. I see, I do everything for you guys. I'm trying to reverse the trend. Bears are in danger. On monthly too. Maybe XCAD. By the way, I'll watch the XCAD, but you are the second guy who asked me for XCAD. I mean, I don't mind looking at it, but I want to know why is people looking for XCAD right now. Martin as well. So Martin and Gabber, why do you guys are interested in XCAD? What's happening with XCAD? Are there some kind of news about that? Are there some kind of news on XCAD? So what is with this thing over here? I can see that it's been going towards upside up here, but you know, is it just because it's been going towards upside, people like said? But on monthly 2, it's not monthly 2. No, not on monthly. On monthly, it's down here 38.4. That's the level on monthly up here. I just put like this 38.466. That's monthly. Once we close below down there, you got this lower low down here, which is actually quite bad. So, you know, we are pretty close to that level as well. So, you know, we don't know. We just checked out XCAD, but we might check it again, no problem whatsoever. This is the monthly time frame up here, and you'll see the monthly time frame. It is trying to get above this this 10 moving average. Still got 3-4 days left, so this candle up here doesn't say very much. And you know, this thing doesn't have that long to go. In my opinion, it's a great project. Okay, cool, man, cool. So we're gonna check it out. So we seen that, you know, it did create some kind of double bottom down here. It did pump towards upside. This is right now over. So, you know, just because you have a double bottom doesn't mean that you're gonna go to, you know, heaven. So this move towards the upside up here is over. So what has to happen next over here is that we need to break this 20 moving average up here, consolidate, and continue towards the upside. There are several resistance levels up here that are being broken right now. We'll just put this top up here. You can see that, you know, last week, this is a weekly candle. Last week we actually managed to get above this level up here. So between this level of resistance and all the way up here at $3, maybe it should be up a little bit up here. It doesn't matter. Both of these are important up here at 6.2, 6.4. Between these two, there is not much resistance left beside this 20 moving average. So this 20 moving average will right now acting as a major resistance up here on the way up. If you can manage to stay above the resistance, you know, we might see these levels of 6.2, 6.4. If not, we might pull back a little bit or consolidate below the 20 moving average. So, you know, the rejection up here, but this is a weekly time frame, so this can, you know, play out for a while. The other thing you're gonna notice is on a daily time frame, we got this 200 moving average right over here that we are hitting, but we are hitting while we are a little bit extended from the rest of the moving averages. So what I'm thinking right now is that this is just going to consolidate up here before it actually tries to break up or break down. There are a couple of trend lines on this this baby over here, and it looks like it's some kind of rising wedge. Now rising wedges are not that optimistic, unfortunately. I think it goes something like this. You can see the rising wedge up here. It goes something like this up here, you know. So especially the important part up here, if you want this to continue, let me just, if you want this to continue going towards the upside, we need to break this trend line. There is a resistance line up here, and this trend line that goes towards the upside, this needs to be broken. Right now we are not quite near that. We are just inside the rising wedge up here. But on the other hand, if it does drop on downside, you might see some kind of, you know, some kind of move back down to 3.2 to some kind of support, because these you know, rising wedges, they tend to go back to wherever they started, and it looks like started up here. It's not all the way down here, but it looks like, you know, this thing, you know, started up here. So it tends to go all the way down to 3.2. So the most important thing you can do right now is to watch, you know, break on downside or break to the upside on this rising wedge. And if you pop the moving averages on this baby up here, you'll see that that will be somewhere around the 10 moving average as well. So the 10 moving average is going like this. If it starts breaking 10 moving average on the downside, it might have a pullback. It might have a pullback, right? It does not look like it's correlated with Bitcoin, so that's a good thing. So if this thing, you know, decided it just wants to pump towards the upside, it just might do that, because it is kind of new coin. I think it doesn't have that much data on it, but right now it is in some kind of rising wedge. So watch on which side this is gonna break. That's the most important thing right now. If it breaks towards the upside, good. If it starts breaking on the downside, it might be a little less good, You can see here it tried to go right now consolidating, but you know, nothing matters inside the triangle. This can continue for a while. Okay, it's 5 minutes left. We're gonna, let me just check that. Tila, what are your thoughts on the black moon? Does it make it stronger or weaker? I don't know, man. Jagger Mario, I don't know, but black can't be good color. It's also partial solar eclipse, so don't know. Let's see how the black moon is gonna look like. Black moon, April 30. Partial eclipse. It's partial eclipse, so we're gonna get some kind of diamond source, right? So the partial eclipse looks something like this, right? So you're gonna get these, you know, horns. I'm not quite sure whether we're gonna get the, you know, top horns or bottom horns, or what are we gonna get, right? But yeah, this cannot be good. You are getting black moon with horns, so you know that can be good, man. That can be good, because, you know, the full eclipse doesn't like this, but partial eclipse you get these, you know, horns towards upside. You know, that cannot be good. New moon, black moon, partial solar eclipse with the horns, while we are at the support, it cannot be good. I mean, you know, it's really hard to say. As hope for, don't worry, it's a week so smooth. So it cannot be good. Looking at BTC hourly and our 4-hourly candles, a big move might be coming. Could you check the Bollinger Bands on like the daily to verify? Bollinger Bands, we did do this yesterday. So let's, you know what, I'm gonna add the Bollinger Band indicator up here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna clear up everything, and we're gonna add indicator BB Bollinger Bands, and also we're gonna add the Bollinger Band percent thing down here, and we're gonna adjust it a little bit up here. We're gonna change this to 20, look back 1000. I don't know why not. We don't need any kind of moving averages on this baby. That's okay. And the Bollinger Bands up there. Now the Bollinger Bands we can change a little bit, because you know the colors are kind of ugly. Upper white, because we're cool, right? We're cool. Background yellowish, but there we go. Oh, this looks nice. Ah, that's nice. Okay, I like this. Okay, suddenly I like Bollinger Bands, man. Suddenly I like Bollinger Bands. Also, these upper and lower levels need to be changed, because you don't understand it. You know, I'm gonna use this as some kind of red color. Red, and the bottom should be some kind of blue, but you know, light blue, because it's easy to see. There we go. Ah, this is nice. Oh, we liked it. And we're gonna save this indicator. Where is it? Favorite? No. Indicator templates. Save indicator templates. BB. Okay, BB, remember symbol, remember interval. No, BB. Yeah, save. So nice. There we go. Now we can always just pop this baby up, clear up here. We can also put BB on up here. So we got a BB and bam, right up there, right? And when we clear, just clear it up. And we want to see an exponential moving image because somebody's screaming out. I mean, look at that. If you want to look at the Ichimoku cloud, by the way, guys, I forgot Ichimoku cloud right now coming down to the bottom. You know, this is our version of BB King. Yeah, BB King. This is our version of Ichimoku cloud, guys. And unfortunately, right now, this level is at 36.3 or something like that. But you know, nothing to worry about because it's only our version of that. Okay, let's go back to the BB and see how BB is doing. What you're gonna see here on the BB, this is on Bollinger Bands, is that we are getting very low, so this part up here. So Bollinger Bands, what we are looking for is these squeezes, and right now we're getting, and also we are looking for extension that's up here, right? So you know, when we're having euphoria, we're getting a lot of extent. Right now we are having this very nice squeeze up here. A very nice squeeze where you know the price has been consolidating for such a long time right now that some big moves can actually happen, right? So we are expecting this big move towards downside, and you can see this down here. Up here we had this squeeze. Squeeze only mean the big move is gonna come, so it doesn't mean up or down, it just means big move is gonna come. You can see here squeeze, but we went towards the upside up here. Here we had squeeze and then went on the downside up here a little bit, right? Here had a big squeeze and then we went down, right? So squeeze means big move. Here squeeze means very big move very soon. So that's what we're looking at right now, right? Squeeze, big move to happen, right? So there's that. So that's the only thing that you can get out of the indicator, you know, and then you need to do some kind of other tech analysis to actually figure out which direction it is gonna pop. But right now it is squeezed, and there's that. The clock is 10 o'clock here. The 4-hourly candle is closed. Let's check that out. Let's pop. And what we're gonna see down here is that we are getting still rejected. We got 3 candles, 1, 2, 3 candles. Rejection of the 10 and the 20 moving average on the 4-hourly time frame, and right now continue on downside. On 1-hourly time frame, we managed to bounce back inside above this 20 moving average. So still, you know, some kind of hopium left that we, you know, bounce back up here and continue towards the upside. But these 4 candles up here, although they do look ugly, you know, this can definitely, you know, bounce up here and continue towards the upside because it didn't already drop on the downside. But it is a rejection. As we said on the daily candle, the most important close is down here at 37.7, give or take. You know, let's put it down to week, because the week is at exactly at 37.7 on the dollar. So there is that, guys. Okay, guys, how is DXY going? Still going parabolically towards the upside. We looked at it. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. This was TF Fans Club live stream. We're gonna let everybody chat right now for a few minutes if they want to say hi or anything. Like always, feel free to speak if you want to speak. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Or however they're doing is saying that. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. TF Fans Club, the best fan club in the world, where we do the moons. You can see the TF Fans Club logo has the moon behind it because, you know, there are reasons for that. We got, you know, suit, you know, because we are all going to the moon. Looks nice, looks nice. We're gonna end it also with a bang up here. Where it is? Good stuff. Andy Price, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, but where did it go, man? Where did it go? Black Moon, I think over here somewhere. No, this is Dodge Daddy. What I'm looking for is something more special. I don't know. TLHD film. I don't know where it is. Where did it go? Where did it go? There is it. Thanks, Taylor. Have a good evening. Thanks, Martin, as well, and everybody else. Decentralized Moon King. Yeah, Moon King. I'm gonna change the TLI to the Moon King. If this plays out. Black Moon coming on the 30th of April. Looks like the big dump is gonna happen. Partial solar eclipse with the horns. So, you know, we are looking, you know, for that. Still no, nothing bullish on the charts, but maybe soon, maybe soon. That's it, guys. Thanks for stopping by. See you again, same time, same place tomorrow. Cheers.